Welcome back to another English lesson. They said it couldn't be done. People robbed the Louvre. How did they do that? I was just at the Louvre. I'm not exactly sure how to say it in French, but the famous museum in Paris where the Mona Lisa is, about four robbers broke into the Louvre and stole about $100 million worth of jewels. In today's English lesson, we are going to watch a news clip about that. In that news clip, the reporters will use some very difficult English vocabulary. But don't you worry, I will teach all of that difficult vocabulary to you. Words like weather. No, this weather has nothing to do with rain. Those jewel thieves were very brazen. We'll talk about what brazen means. Do you know the adjective lavish? If not, don't worry. By the end of the English lesson, you will. About 25 terms in all. If that sounds good to you, please go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe if this is your first time here, and let's watch the news clip together.
This morning, the hunt is still on for the thieves and priceless missing items from the Brazen daylight heist. This video is still the only image we've seen of the operation in progress. Widely shared by French media, a man in a high-vis vest, perhaps disguised as a maintenance worker, inside the lavish Apollo Gallery. Sunday morning's heist has captivated, well, everyone.
They're calling it like, the break-in of the century. I mean, it's something like out of, Danny Ocean and George. I didn't see George Clooney yet.
As questions mount about the massive security failure at the most visited museum in the world, a leaked audit report to French media finds that the Louvre routinely deprioritized security upgrades. The justice minister saying the whole incident gave France a deplorable image.
First, we have weather. Yes, it is pronounced exactly like the other type of weather. We'll talk about the difference. But weather means to show a choice between two or more things. If you take a look at that woman in the picture, it looks like she doesn't know whether she should laugh or she should cry. That choice between two different things. Notice the spelling, the pronunciation is exactly the same. Weather. Like the lady in the picture, she is probably deciding whether to have a hamburger or ice cream. And the other weather, I'm sure you know, is it sunny? Is it rainy? We also have this sentence, I'm not sure whether he likes his new job. The two choices are he either likes his job or he doesn't like his new job. Hunt, that means to look for something or someone carefully. And in the picture, we have a man hunting rabbits. He likes to hunt rabbits with his dog, Gus. Take a look at Gus there. Now, this happens to me way too often. I lost my phone and hunted around the house for so long, I was late for work. Luckily, I am never late for work. Knock on wood. Do you do that for luck? Knock on wood. There's some like right behind me there. I have never been late for work, but I do often misplace my keys, my phone, my AirPods. Priceless. Priceless. Usually when you see less at the end of an English word, it means without. So priceless literally means without a price. You can't put a price on it. So let's get the definition here. So valuable that it cannot be given a price. And if you take a look at this woman here, the spelling of priceless needs to be fixed. Take a look at the one at the bottom. That is spelled correctly. AI didn't spell the one at the top very well. But this woman is sitting with her grandmother, and that ring is priceless to her. Maybe her grandmother has had that since she was a little girl. Now, you can't sell that for any amount of money. It's just too valuable. Her grandmother's ring is priceless. Even if somebody said, hey, I will give you $1 million for that ring, she might think, no, I can't replace this. I can't buy another ring That is exactly the one my grandmother wore when she was little. Brazen. It means very bold and not afraid of what others think. The jewel thieves broke into the Louvre. They were very brazen. They did it during the day. It wasn't even night when this happened. Take a look at the picture. This young man is taking a test, and I'm sure they said, do not use your cell phone. Well, he's being very brazen about using his cell phone. The student brazenly, there's the adverb, the student brazenly used his phone during the test. There was a heist at the Louvre, or the Louvre. If you speak French, please let me know in the comments how badly am I pronouncing that? Louvre, Louvre, Louvre. How about that? I'll stick with the English. The Louvre. There was a heist, and a heist is a planned robbery, usually of money or valuable things like those jewels. The movie was about a bank heist. In the newscast, they use the term widely shared. That means seen or known by many people. And of course, with social media these days, it is possible to widely share a picture of a sunset like this one over Machu Picchu. The photo of the sunset was widely shared because it was beautiful. Vest. Do you know that term? Do you know that piece of clothing in English? A vest is a piece of clothing worn on the upper body, often under or over a shirt. And one thing a vest does not have are sleeves. I am wearing a sweatshirt, and the part of the clothing that covers your arms is called the sleeves. Now, these two men, again, we have some hunters, and they are wearing bright orange sleeves. The rest of their outfit is something we call camouflage. The hunters wore orange vests so they could be seen easily. Disguised. Disguised. That means dressed or changed to look different to hide who you are. A lot of movie stars will go around town in a disguise so they are not recognized. The movie star disguised herself with sunglasses and a hat. I mean, it does look like she is quite obviously famous, or at least pretty rich, because she is climbing out of a limousine or limo. That car is sometimes just called a limo. A maintenance worker. A maintenance worker. That is a person who fixes or takes care of buildings or machines. The maintenance worker repaired the broken light. Lavish. Also, if you are a channel member, please go ahead, check the members tab, because there is a special video where I read a story that has all of these words so you can hear these words in a different way. It's about a guy from Venezuela who moves to Canada. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description. Lavish. If something is lavish, it's expensive, fancy, or full of luxury. Take a look at that room. It's very lavish. It has a lot of gold in it. They lived in a lavish apartment with gold decorations. I hope you are captivated by this English lesson. Captivated means very interested or charmed by something or someone. Take a look at this picture. There is a magician in the park. The crowd was captivated by the magician's tricks. Ocean's 11. This was a very popular movie like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Ocean's 11 is a famous movie about a group planning a big casino robbery or a big casino heist. Mount. Mount. That means to put on, organize, or begin something, or to climb. The company plans to mount a big campaign to sell their new fish-flavored toothpaste. I don't know about you, but I don't really want my toothpaste to be fish-flavored. Maybe spearmint or something like that. Each year in the United States, I have to pay taxes. All Americans do. And one of our biggest nightmares would be to have the government audit our taxes. Audit. That means a careful check of money, records, or accounts. Here we have some students doing an audit. The students did a small audit of how much paper the school uses each month. Please let me interrupt this English lesson for just a second to tell you that I am offering speaking classes. If you would like someone to practice with so you can improve your English, I could be that guy. Use the code FALL15 to get 15% off your speaking lesson. Deprioritize. Deprioritize. If you prioritize something, it means you put it first. I hope you prioritize your English learning. I mean, maybe you don't prioritize it over family or friends, but hopefully it's a priority for you. If you deprioritized something, that means it's the opposite. It means made less important than other things. And here in the picture, we have a student, and he has a big test coming up. Now, there is a controller on the desk for video games. His hand is very close to that, but he has deprioritized video games so he can study more. Here's a sentence. The student deprioritized video games to study for exams. Those video games are not as important as they once were. Next, we have deplorable. If anybody had to live in a place like you can see in the picture, that would be deplorable. Deplorable means very bad or deserving strong dislike. The living conditions in the building were deplorable.
As questions mount about the massive security failure at the most visited museum in the world, a leaked audit report to French media finds that the Louvre routinely deprioritized security upgrades. The justice minister saying the whole incident gave France a deplorable image. As the prosecutor's office updated the exact timeline, minutes after the Louvre opened on Sunday, a truck mounted with an extendable ladder drove up to the south side of the museum. Prosecutors now say the exact time was 9:34 a.m. Two thieves entered the Apollo Gallery inside for just 4 minutes. Americans Jacob and Holly Barker were inside the gallery at that very moment.
We heard the banging on the window. And at that point, it was almost like it sounded like construction. We weren't sure if somebody was trying to get in or out. We just knew that we didn't want to be there to find out.
The thieves snatched 9 priceless items, part of the Royal Napoleonic collection, but on their way out, dropping a diamond-encrusted crown, now a key piece of evidence.
The thieves came down the same ladder. There were motorbikes waiting, and they made their getaway through Paris traffic.
By 9:38 a.m., they were gone. Experts say it's now a race against the clock, and the chances of finding intact pieces diminish with every hour.
Construction work. Construction work. That means building or repairing structures like houses, roads, or bridges. Let's take a closer look at that picture. Construction work started early in the morning. I'm sure the neighbors were not too happy about all that noise. Luckily, it doesn't look like many houses are around that construction site. This is a good verb to know, snatched. That woman is having her purse snatched from her. Snatched means taken quickly or suddenly. And I have a sentence for that picture. The man snatched the purse and ran away. Encrusted. I thought this might be a little difficult, so I have like 3 examples for you. But encrusted means covered with a hard or decorative layer. Like this first one is decorative. There's a lot of decoration on this necklace. Let's take a look at the picture and the sentence. The necklace was encrusted with diamonds. This one is not so decorative. This is more like the hard material we were talking about with the definition. His shoes were encrusted with dried mud after the hike. And this last one, I'm not so sure AI did a great job creating this image, but it's supposed to be of a cave, which is encrusted with like colorful minerals. Let's read the sentence. The walls of the cave were encrusted with colorful minerals. Hopefully this isn't too hard. This word sounds exactly like what it is. A getaway. That is the act of escaping, usually after a crime. And take a look. We have the Louvre here. We have some robbers. The robbers jumped into the getaway car. They are trying to make their getaway in that getaway car intact. Intact. It's like the opposite of broken or shattered. It means not broken or damaged, still complete. Take a look at the photo. The phone, its screen is somehow intact after it was dropped. The phone fell on the floor, but the screen stayed intact. It does look like there is a little crack on the side, but for the most part, that screen stayed intact. Diminish. Diminish. That means to make or become smaller or weaker. And I have a couple examples for you because this can be a little tricky. We have a picture of a doctor with her patient, and the doctor said the pain will diminish with time. So this man won't be in too much pain, or he will be in less pain as time goes on. Now, this next picture, this man definitely looks tired. Maybe he has been running for a long time. His energy diminished after running for so long. Congratulations, you made it to the end of another pretty difficult English lesson. If you're still looking for English lessons, right down there, different kind of English lesson. That is English lessons from when I visited Paris just a couple months ago. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.